Welcome to my channel. My name is Zach Nguyen. That is Nguyen. I don't even think you know me. I don't think anyone knows me.
Well, yes.
I know me. That's all that matters in life. Well, basically, I do art. More specifically, like fashion design. You can see. In case you couldn't tell, I did those. So now you know. Today, what we will be doing is making some art pieces for myself. I have like this little space above my headboard on my bed, and according to my calculations, I can fit 5 drawings. So today, I'm thinking we're gonna do 3 drawings. We're gonna start drawing now. But don't even fear because I'll be back. For the theme of this collection, I really wanted something to symbolize rebirth and the thought that every day is a new day. It hangs right above my bed, and personally, I'm someone where I don't spend much time thinking about myself throughout my days. So when it's bedtime, I really think about everything I did. And having something above my head that will remind me no matter what happens today or tomorrow matters, because every day is essentially a new life.
IDGAF. I don't give a fuck.
That idea was very similar to the idea of plants and flowers. The visual of blooming following the last frost felt like how I feel when I wake up in the mornings. The 2 flowers I went between was the cherry blossom and the lotus, but I've done so many lotus drawings and paintings.
But what else is new?
And cherry blossoms, they have that softness and almost maternal vibe to them that really nicely fits a bedroom decoration. For our very first design, I'm doing a modern take on the kimono. Kimonos are Japanese and cherry blossoms are Japanese. I know everyone and their diabetic dog has designed a cherry blossom kimono, but I'm so close to quitting on all my goals, so I need to find happiness where I can. I also mixed it with a lot of different features of the Chinese Hanfu. I wanted it to be traditional and very decent, but also exaggerated, making the waist super tiny, big huge body length sleeves, and intricate detailing. Cherry blossoms have this really youthful energy to them. The flowers will typically only last around a week before their petals fall. Originally, when I thought of youth, I thought of very girly and sweet and kind of like a K-pop concept. But I feel like youth can also be represented by edgy teenagers or people trying to figure out their style. Pale faces, dark lips, thick eyeliners. It was a big focus on that juxtaposition of the sweetness of a cherry blossom and the slight edginess of her makeup. After coloring was done, if I can be fully honest, I felt kind of bored making this design.
All right, me too, girl.
Not in a way where I didn't want to draw, but in a way where I felt my expectations weren't meeting what I did. I wanted to really challenge myself to come up with interesting and unique silhouettes, and this just feels a little on the nose. Here's the finished piece, and it is absolutely a cute drawing, but cute is kind of all it is. It's not spectacular or mind-blowing or super conceptual. All it is a cute, interesting drawing. I would be lying though if I said I didn't like it, but she's still like a C-, just because it's not meeting my expectations.
Get it to fucking together. Get it to fucking together. If you don't want to get together and learn new shit, retire, quit.
For the next drawing, we're still gonna go extremely youthful, but I think it's gonna be a youthful in a different way. I knew immediately I wanted to do a corset bodice with some kind of flare at the bottom. Because of how I felt about the last drawing, I wanted this one to be in an opposite direction. I knew I needed to find out what I wanted because clearly I have no idea what I want. A corset isn't a lot design-wise, it's very basic. So I added sleeves to make it more interesting. I wanted to play with bigger and smaller cherry blossom flowers, and I also didn't want to give her actual sleeves. So she has these off the shoulders, off the wrist, arm pillows that look like giant flowers. And that still wasn't enough for me. So she got garland coming out of her sleeves. With these smaller, simpler silhouettes, it's harder for me to make them interesting. And these kinds of garlands and flowing stuff just makes everything more dramatic and interesting. There's a lot of implied movement within these kinds of design elements. I also wanted there to be flowers falling from her dress, almost as if her dress was slowly decaying, which is very different from the youthful attributes I gave her, but represented the meaning of the flower. The dress is impermanent, she is impermanent, I am impermanent. Youth and beauty are never forever lasting. We've been told this constantly by everyone. But by the time it's over and we've whittled up and wrinkled, did our past youth ever even happen? Making this drawing, I think it made me think a lot about what I think my youth to be, and the fact that I'm only about halfway through the youthful years of my life, which honestly doesn't sound like a lot of time left. And for that first half of my youth, what do I have to show for it? What does anyone have to show for it? It's not like I accomplished anything. And all of that's to say, I don't think I know what youth truly is, and I think that these first two drawings show that. In my opinion, I think youth is about not knowing everything, not knowing what you're doing, and then trying everything you can to figure it out. So for her hair, I went with a dark rose. It's kind of like the bark off a cherry blossom tree. The bark on these trees have a really, really wide range of colors, but my favorite has always been this ashy deep brown with those slightly reddish tones. It's such a stylish color for a tree trunk, and it's mixed with the dark and light pinks of the flower. It's such an iconic image. I finished with some gel pen, shaded the ground, added some drawings of flowers, and here's the finished piece. I think she's just about the epitome of youth. I'm really happy with this new direction the collection is taking. And although I think that means the first drawing isn't going to be used in the final 5-piece collection, I'm happy to have found an idea I can feel complete with. For the first drawing that I actually really like, she gets a B. And now we're on to our third and final drawing for this video.
That's okay. You can keep it.
That's so sad. There's only like 7 minutes left in the video. That's so sad. For this third drawing, I want to again go in a different direction. And by that, I mean go in a different way with the silhouette. The idea was a really tight and thin dress with a huge bush of flowers for the bodice and higher. Did this happen? No. The reason was the entire shape was destroyed. For me, the middle section is where all the silhouette really comes in. I rarely ever cover up the waist and torso. The waistline is just kind of a central design feature for me. So since we couldn't do that, I chopped up the bush and made them into 2 smaller bushes, one on each arm. There's 2 different things they resemble. The first one is angel wings, which I really enjoy and was completely accidental. There's something very ethereal to it. They look so bouncy and fluttery, as if the wind will come and just blow them away, which was not the goal. So that's really nice, and I'm just a genius.
You're comfortable in that lie, so you should be comfortable in hell.
The actual goal was for them to form the shape of a heart, more precisely, a heart that is broken. If the 2 sides are put together, they form the heart. But because they have been torn apart by the torso, it's a broken heart. Something about the petals falling off always reminds me of a heartache, as if the tree has just been saddened. Flowing down from the broken heart, I also wanted to cover her chest in flowers.
Guess who got some new titties, y'all? Woo!
Kind of like the petals are protecting her vital organs from the sadness. I very quickly ran into an issue though. Her dress and sleeves leave her chest out in the open. Everywhere is clothed, and then there's this giant, gaping, naked hole. Because of the peachy color of her skin, the eye shoots to it and you wonder, why is she naked? This is a bad thought. So, using some bangs, I cut the torso into 3 separate sections, each with minimal skin showing. Just by using hair, she looks 10 times less naked. Now you think, wow, what a distinguished hairstyle. Someone really funny and attractive must have come up with this.
Shut
the fuck up.
This is a good thought. The bottom of the dress is like where all the petals fall to. On the ground, a skirt of discarded flowers that have collected around her feet. For her hair, I didn't really know what to do, so I just put some buns together and then gave her long flowing hair in the back. I decided all of the designs would have buns with long hair. This was a terrible idea, but that's also a problem for future me. In her hair, I included some more flowers and beads. For colors, I stuck for the exact same color scheme as the last, but I left out some of the darker and brighter pinks because she's an older flower. She's experienced heartbreak, and she doesn't have the same youth and spirit as the previous drawing, but she's still young. Then I used gel pen for details, shaded the bottom. I did the drawing of a flower and signed it, and here it is. It's easily my favorite, honestly one of my favorite drawings I've ever made. I think she really encapsulates everything about the cherry blossom tree and this collection, so ending here feels correct. She gets an A. And there we go. 3 complete drawings. Which one do you like best?
Joe Biden? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to rethink these rights. I'm not.
Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Personally, I'm just gonna tell you what I think because my opinion is the only one that matters. Are you in front of your phone recording a YouTube video? No. But I'm in front of my phone recording a YouTube video. So I have more opinion than you that matters. I like number 3 the best. It's overall just better. The theme is carried better, the style is better, the design is better, and overall, she's bigger, she's better than all of them. They suck. Because I didn't like this first one, I'm going to be doing 3 more drawings in the next video. If we want to be specific, if we want to be honest with each other. This drawing, this one was May. I thought they were all June. Okay, this one was May 26th. This one was May 27th. You're May too. I thought these were June. This one's May 28th. I swear they were June. I wrote down, I have my laptop and I'm reading off it and it says June. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So I was supposed to post these in May, but obviously they didn't come out in May. They're coming out now in December.
January. Happy New Year.
That's crazy. 7 months. 7 months. Do you know what kind of person I was 7 months ago? I don't know either. And I know you don't know. I'm going to be posting on TikTok, on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube Shorts. You can find me on those platforms. I'll be posting. I'm active on there somewhat. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for looking over me. We will be back next week. I need to tell myself these things. Thank you for watching.